Well, here we are. Here we are. We're live. The FOC with CCB. And man, these cards are ridiculous. We had these sitting in the back, and I went and looked up, and I was like, I'll put them out and price them. These things, when I put them out, they were selling for $250. And someone came in and he bought one and he got a really good card. Hey, Jason, how's it going? And then he came in and bought another one. I was like, geez. And so I wanted to look up and see what the other, what some of the other cards go for, because he got a $500 card. And then I saw these are now selling for $350 to $400 per pack. Bonkers. Bonkers. Lord of the Rings. All right, store is closed, and in my little office, we're going to do the FOC. Orders are always due 8 p.m. on Mondays, and here we are. Hit the pre-sales on our website, CanadianCompany.com. We'll start off with DC and see what is available here. Titans, number 30, we got Swamp Thing taken on. I don't know if he's going to be taken on just Cyborg. I guess probably, right? Because it's hero versus hero. And yeah, I guess be an interesting battle. Mark Spears has a cover. A little simple, I think, but I do like seeing Mark Spears Swamp Thing. I got my mic on, right? Uh-oh, I think my mic's going to die. Coming through here. You guys can hear me, right? All right, we are on default mic. That one didn't make it. That's okay. All right, thanks, Anil. All right, back to Titans. These covers we only added the other day because there was no cover image, but they are fun ones. Quite a few different covers for this one. And then Harley Quinn versus Zatanna, number 1. I think some people will be curious to check this one out. You got to think that Zatanna's gonna mop the floor with Miss Quinzel. Jamal Campbell cover is pretty cool. Got like the Magic gaming card, comics in the background, dice. I like that one. And then we got Merca Andolfo. She's got her fans. And we just had this one a little while ago, David Nakayama. But yeah, I gotta say that Zatanna should be taking that one. Justice League Unlimited number 14. There's a glow-in-the-dark cover that they just added. The rest of the issues will show up at a later date, probably in a week or two. And I saw that Absolute Superman 14 was pushed back, so it's not actually on this week's FOC. So you'll see later, but I remember adding this this cover to it. Our sales on Absolute Superman have gone down. Subscribers remain the same, but it's nowhere near the level of what Batman is doing. We're constantly selling out of the reprints. I do like the split cover here. That's pretty cool. We have some more Absolute Batman reprints hitting the store next week with the new releases. Batman Deadpool's coming out next week. Here's Clayton Crane. I'm assuming that's Tar Pit. And Joe Quinone. Nightwing. Martian Manhunter's turning up. And these Dustin 9 covers. I don't know how long he's on the series for, but this is the second one. And B covers are really good. We sold quite a few of his last cover. I think we only have one left. But yeah. And Catwoman. These covers are always great. Fiumara. A little bit of Cho. Red for the holidays, I suppose. Some snow in the background. And we got Derek Chu, who people are talking about more and more. Our customers seem to like him, and that is a pretty good cover. I like that. Sarah Baslin, very stylized. And Harley, I think this issue got pushed back as well, but a couple of cover images were brought up. Lyrics and Edge Cure. It's a fun one. But yeah, this one I'm pretty sure is pushed back a week. Well, is that Dave Johnson doing the art? Yeah. Guy Gardner, Kiam March, another Zerdy with a little crypto. Yeah, Superman Unlimited. We've stopped putting this on the stands. We just go to pre-sales and subscriptions. Zafino I really like, but I don't like this cover so much. I like when he's busier and not so blank. Wonder Woman 28. I honestly have not read any of this run. I do like Tom King though, so I'm surprised I didn't pick it up. Omer. Done a few covers for Wonder Woman, but this Greg Smallwood one is great. It's a really good cover. Dan Mora, I love his art on The World's Finest. He belongs on a team book. And I did like this one, the Joker fish and Lex Luthor's armor. It's your standard leaping at you. Nothing crazy about that one. Spectrum, Kryptonite Spectrum was the last issue. Ice Cream Man's the team's run is at an end. People reading it seem to enjoy it. There was a couple people who picked it up for the first issue and were just like, nah, not for me. And our facsimile of the week, Sensation Comics 38, Little Christmas, Miss Santa Claus, Wonder Woman, Boyle, and Blank as well. No big bangers. I'm assuming that Harley and Zatanna one-shot probably going to be the biggest pre-ordered comic this week from DC. Let's check out Image. Salmon Twitch, I feel like this was up there last week, but I could be wrong. I'm wrong sometimes. Number 20. What a creepy villain that is in the background. Scorched, I feel like this was up and now it's back again. Bjorn's and no. Are they both Bjorn's? No, I just mistitled that one wrong. Yep, I'll have to fix that. King Spawn 51. Busy Graveyard cover. And Phalia. I don't know if he's eating that or if he's throwing it up. Radiant Black, that's been up there, and Rogue Sun. But Viking Moon number 3, I think we only have like one, maybe two people reading this one. Oh yeah, the Youngblood variants. Very little interest from our customers on these Youngblood variants. I think I've only really liked one of them. And Youngblood number 1 went to a second print, so there's a little homage to New Mutants. It's Virgin. They're doing a Treasury edition, so you can check out Rob's art in giant size. And a trading card variant. I'm guessing that's a new character, Vandal. Wrestle Heist for the former pro wrestler who has a brush with death thanks to a crooked promoter, assembles a crew of fellow wrestlers he's screwed over. All right. A little quirky art style, but maybe if you're a wrestling fan, but there you go. Youngblood variant. There's a Blank, and Sweet Paprika is also pushed back and didn't have those cover images yet. Artificial and Author Immortal and I believe Die were all up last week. Everything Dead and Dying. These covers are great. They're great. Exquisite Corpses. The funny thing, I've reached out to Lunar because you're supposed to be getting a thank you variant, like a one per store. And we got it for the first 3 issues, and then I just assumed they stopped. but apparently all these other stores are getting them and we're not. So yeah, I wrote an email saying like, wow, what's the deal? So hopefully next week we'll see what happens. There's your stealth variant. There's always a few people who pick up that one. Dreadnought War continues. Part 4, one more part left. Good Lord, look at the Cobra Commander, all gray and veiny. I did like this cover. That was kind of fun. Ben Oliver, Ghost Pepper. People still reading this? I think it's a quirky, fun little story, and that has some nice covers. But this one, I would go with the A one myself. Got a blank. Good as dead. We don't have a single person picking up Ectoplasm. Sorry, Ectoplasm. We just don't have the fans for you. Kaya has been going a long while. 32 issues. No subscribers for us, but we do have some in the back somewhere. I might put them out because you never know. People might be checking out some of those issues they missed or they jumped in late. We have sold a couple of trades. Power Fantasy. Jeffrey Allen Love. He's been doing news. What's that one with Condon? Anyway, the Sacrificers. We got our David Finch Walking Dead. But Tedesco, he did a lot of variant covers for the series, but he hasn't done one in a while. That's his first in the New York Minute. World Tree's coming, and Youngblood #2, Return of Supreme. Guess Rob held on to the rights of that character too. And Dustin Weaver variant. I think Dustin Weaver is probably my favorite of all the covers of this. And manga black and white. It's not very manga-ish. It just seems like they just did black and white. Drawing of Blood's been up forever. Gray Lady, Lucky Devils. These are all books that have been pushed back. All right. Andy. Gargoyles Demona. This has been up here for a long time. Same thing with Vampirella #8. It is a great Perillo cover, but this is actually the week we have to order this, and it does have a blind bag. And last time they didn't really tell us what was in the blind bag. So yeah, apparently they are like brand new covers or different foils or versions that you can't normally get. And they put up #9 a little early as well. So that's going to be pushed back a little while, but this Chatsudas cover I liked. Sonya's been up here a while too, and same with Dynamite, I believe. There's another blind bag for Fire and Ice, #1. Do they say what they're going to do in here? Covers by Dan Panosian, Jay Lee. Yeah. Includes 2 separate copies of the issue, both of which are exclusive to the blind bag. 1 blank Authentics edition and 1 of 5 unique variant cover art editions. Okay, so you're getting a blank and a standard. Maybe you'll get a sketch on one. Harley Quinn Elvira. #3, Power Girl shows up. Always about 4 different covers. Mr. Linsner there, and Caldwell. Power Girl looks kind of funny. It reminds me of some old cartoon where the guy, you never saw his eyes. Anyway, you got your metal version and just a standard version. Peter Cannon. It's been up there a while. Space Ghost has been here, I believe, but that Matina cover is pretty nice. I guess he's turned into a vampire. I don't know. Supernatural and a Thundercats Christmas special, holiday special. Sorry. Couple of covers, and there is a blind bag for this as well. Let's see if we got info on it. Each mystery blind bag is 2 separate copies of the issue, both of which are exclusive to the blind bag. 1 blank and 1 of the unique 5 variants. Okay. And there's the metal. Thundercats have been up here for a little bit. Lion King keeps getting pushed back. Ancestral Recall. We got Survive, number 4, last issue. Dick Tracy. I always like looking at these covers. Jorge Fornes. Good one. We got our Flash Gordon. And there's a B cover. I think it's Kyle Hotz. Looks like Kyle Hotz to me. Groupies. This is a trade paperback original one with Tula Lote. Celebrated filmmaker Helen Mullane teams up with superstar Tula Lote for sex, drugs, and rock and roll on the Sunset Strip in a wild night out at the FOC Club. The coolest, hottest, and wildest girls on or off the strip meet the edgiest up-and-coming band in town, and sparks fly. So yeah, original art, original story. Let's see what you guys think. Liquidator, Space Ace. A little goofy, but you never know. It's the new Space Ace. Racer X, we don't have the covers. Terabytes, Black Diamond, last issue of this horror series. Look at that, little homage to Uncanny X-Men. Catacombs of Terror. No, Torment. There you go. A cover and our B cover. EC Comics, they're still selling, guys. People are picking them up. They've got subscriptions. High Strangeness. I like this Yuletide. This is the last issue. Ito cover. I don't know who Ito is, but you got these creepy things in the background. And I thought this was a Sinkovich cover, but it's not. It is Marinkovich. Brathwaite. Usually Conan has some great covers, and there's always a lot of them. I always connotate Rip here with Avatar stuff. Darkstalkers, Street Fighter, #1, Rogues. So we got the villains. And Brett Bean, who's been doing the art for Everybody Hates Fairyland, B cover. Barbaric has a new series, The Long Death. There are a couple of blind bags. They actually show you the covers now. And Brett Bean, another Brett Bean cover. Essentia, good lord, this is coming out fast, it feels like, and they always have like a superstar artist on it. Last issue was Jim Lee. I don't know who the issue before that, the art, but it had that Ronald McDonald getting murdered. But Carla Cohen, very cool cover. The Expanse from Boom. Marion Heretic, Mary Sue. We don't really have much buyers on those. Or our Power Rangers. Very, very little sell in our store for Power Rangers. We move a bunch at conventions, and that's kind of it for us. White House Robot Romance. And you got a little love-making robot action right here. It's more of an explosion one, yeah. This is quite the realistic take on Star Wars. Just an up close. And I think there's a first appearance of something in here. Yeah, the Nightlander, Star Wars Boogeyman. So there you go, first appearance of the Nightlander. And I always go in for a nice Rancor cover. I like those. Riley Rossmo doing the B. So weird, Marvel having the rights or owning Star Wars, and why don't they just put these out through Marvel? You know? And Roots of Madness. It is a creepy cover. Did read issue 1. No, I did read issue #1. I haven't read #2 yet. And Voyeur as well. Same thing. I will pick them up because I enjoyed the first reads. But I did like this cover. I like the use of space, you know. My opinion. And finally, Marvel. We'll tap it out here. It's a quick one. Marvel swimsuit thing. This was on here last week. And I believe we had all the covers, but you know, there is the Talavera, which has become quite a popular artist, and Baldari. I enjoyed. I like the fluffy cloudiness of it. You know, we got 1776. One cover image still missing, but here's your null variant. Our Phil Jimenez homage. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be one of the Stitch ones or not. And we've gotten to a second print for Captain America Aliens. We still have first prints available. Amazing Spidey 18. What's her name's come back? Queen Goblin. And I like this homage. It is kind of fun. It's the Venom Lethal Protector #1, Bagley. But yeah, fun. Nullified Spider-Boy and Bermeo. Little take on the death of Gwen Stacy. And here is Simone DeMeo Winter Break variant. Mary Jane just hitting the skidoo out in the middle of nowhere in a crop top. Cloak and Dagger #3. The Age of Revelation is coming to an end very soon. Who knows if some of these things will carry over into our regular Marvel universe. Pretty standard covers. Expatriate X-Men #3. If you're a Magic fan, you probably want to be picking those up, I guess. And the Yoon variant. Big hand. We got a second print for Planet She-Hulk. They use the foil cover. They always use the foil cover. And Spider-Man 94, #4. Craven is the baddie. But then you look at the B cover, and we've got Kane and Fisk. And there is... Oh, sorry, Morlun. I thought it was Kane. It's Morlun. And Null. A little animated version of Null. And an animation cover. I don't like that one. Silly. Star Wars 8. Phil Noto. Still love Phil Noto art. There's your B variant. The action figure. Are you guys getting a little tired of the action figure covers? This is when I was in the hype of collecting like everything. I was buying toys and comics, and so it was hit well in the nostalgia. Undeadpool. Yeah, I don't like the covers on these ones. None of them really spoke to me. Every single issue, it's like, eh. Actually, the #1A cover was probably the best out of everything I've seen. X-Vengers. Oh, Vision's getting ripped in half by Revelation. You remember in that Bendis run when She-Hulk went mad and ripped Vision in half? David Finch drew that. That was pretty cool. And the world to come. Got a bloody hand. Couldn't even wash his hand before he had his cup of coffee or his tea. Come on now. Kamikoli variant. And Sharp. Lackluster cover. If you're a Stormbreaker, I expect higher. Marvel Zombies, Greg Land. And a Mike Hawthorne variant. And we got our homage by Koblish. Predator Kills the Marvel Universe #5. #4 comes out next week. variant. Oh, looks like Punisher is going to take part. And Punisher red band. Fisk is, you know, she's got a room full of chains. Kari Andrews variant. Look at the way his knees are. His legs look so weird. Like he's holding it. He's really got to pee, but he's got to kill these guys right away. And Sorcerer Supreme, we've been asking all the people who are subscribed to Scarlet Witch. I'm like, well, do you want this? Because this is a new series. And so far, everybody's said yes. There's one more person I got to ask. Lots of covers for this one. Heaps and heaps. Jeff Shaw, Winter. That's quite the stretch. We got a connecting one by Inhyuk. And Rose Besh. Don't see as many Rose Besh covers these days. It looks like a Bartel, but no, Russell Dodderman. I believe there's a first appearance of a new Star Wars character. I know a lot of people don't care that much anymore, but yeah, if you do, now you know. And Undead Iron Fist. I believe this is the last issue. I'm guessing Danny Rand's coming back in full force to be like, no, we're not undead. We're normal. Ultimates 19. Double Agent. And why is this a special variant? Out of all the variants that Marvel does, they say the Ultimates has a special variant. Seen that a few times. But remember, it's coming to an end, all those Ultimate series. And Age of Revelation, the finale. Last little bit. What happens? Marcos Martin cover. And a Tony Daniel. And I did not like this. It actually looks more like a Mark Bagley cover. And Null, #1. Al Ewing and Tom Waltz. Return of the King. Weakened from his last death, trapped by the enemy he never expected, the God of the Void waits in the cage once again. His captors think Null has nothing to fight back with, but in Null's hands, nothing is a weapon, and there's a greater weapon out there waiting for the King in Black to take it and take his revenge. All right. So blank. We got a Clayton Crane. And this is my favorite, the Coelho. There is a Mike Walsh foil. I'm wondering if it's just the metal bars or if his face will be a foil. Maybe just the metal bars, probably. Raphael Albuquerque. Yeah, Coelho was my favorite. And Mutina, is that her name? Yeah, she's back. She had her first appearance not too long ago. A lot of people picked that issue up. There you go. She's back. Not just a one-and-done character. Clayton Crane. But this is probably my cover of the week. Ji-Hyun Lee. I like the playing card aspect. That is my cover. And we got a foil connecting cover. And DeMio. Simone DeMio's Gambit cover. All right, and that's it. There's no like big bangers be like, oh, you got to order this. There's a couple of mild blind bags. I like that cover a lot. Null #1 is like, you know, Sorcerer Supreme. Some people will check it out, but there's no big thing. Yeah, so maybe it'll be a light week when all these arrive. Anyway, that is the FOC with CCB. We're done. It's 4 o'clock. Probably the quickest, one of the quickest we've ever done. And I'm going to do a video of some new back issues. I've been working the last couple of days, so if you check out our YouTube here, and you know, within the half hour, you'll see a new video of back issues. Anyway, new week starts tomorrow, and I'm out. Catch you later. Thanks for hanging out.